Smoke looks good, doesn't it? Um, just thinking here about intersex, or not, transsexuals. Oh, that looked great, didn't it? Transsexuals, okay. What was my point? Jesus Christ, remember, Gavin. Yes, that many people that were born intersexed, and the doctors chose which sex they were going to assign the baby. Many of those people, I would say, are transsexual people. You know, people that have not known that they were born intersex. So these sorts of questions that you have to raise with yourselves, transsexual people, you know, you really need to think about that logically. If you're having feelings like that, I would definitely get some genetic testing. You know, I think transsexualism it's around because of the lack of will for society to change its old patterned traditional style ways of thinking and believing and educating them further, to tell people that there are males and females in this world, and if you don't feel like you're a male, then you have to be a female, and if you don't feel like you're female, then you've got to be a male. That's a joke, the biggest joke on planet Earth at the moment, still going on. And I have met with a lot of resistance and what would I call it, aggression from some transsexuals who simply don't want to know. And I can understand that. I can understand you not wanting to have yet another thing explained to you that you could be, because for a start, when you go in as a person to a doctor, and then they get sent to a psychiatrist to then study you, how you behave, and then you can transition. I mean, you have to accept the doctor telling you that you've got gender dysphoria. You've got to expect all sorts of stuff to be drilled into you that you are, and that this is a psychiatric disorder or whatever. You know, you've got to accept all that crap. I would suggest though that you look at intersex, because that's not an area where a doctor can say to you, hey, you're a fuck up here. They just have to accept it, because intersex are born naturally that way. I didn't really make my point there, but on that line, you know, there is one person, I won't mention his name right now, but there is one person who says, you know, that intersex are blame free, and that transgendered people, you know, that they are not blame free, that they choose, they have a choice of what they're seen as, whereas intersex people are not. And that is a point, that last point, that, you know, transsexuals have a choice essentially to choose, whereas intersex people don't, because we are born this way and this is how we naturally feel. Of course, when you're given hormones, which is normally what you're given, that fixes it as such, you know, and you veer more towards a particular one or the other sex. And I think that's even wrong, that, you know, it shouldn't be forced on the person to take the hormones. I mean, I don't think any doctor is forcing the hormones on their patients, but they definitely are insinuating that if they don't take the hormones, that they're going to be looking at bad health for the rest of their lives, sort of thing. Now, I didn't intend to talk about this, but ADHD, that sort of level of medical labelling and drug giving, prescribing, that's also another method to condition people, to conform people. You know, if they're acting in any way like an ADHD label person, that is basically, if those people who are technically ADHD are taking drugs to stop that behaviour, that's killing off a lot of artists, and that's killing off a lot of creativity, and that's killing off a lot of writers, and that's killing off you know, people's personalities, so that they can conform and fit in to a perfect obedient society, you know. No, I'm sorry, I disagree with those sorts of drugs to be taken for ADHD. I disagree with the ADHD label. I disagree with the one D part in it, which is a disorder. I think basically that this world is very disordered, and either labelled too much or labelled too little, and we need balance. As most people know out there, we need balance. Me going off my testosterone for the near 2 years it's been was to find my true balance. To go off my testosterone after taking it for 13 years, after living an amazing life for those 13 years. I mean, far better than before the 13 years. And now I know that, you know, the last 2 years was very like the life before testosterone. And so, you know, it's my choice to take it or not to take it. Thankfully, my situation is that I have the testosterone on me, you know, that I have it in my house, that I can get it on prescription, and that, you know, technically I could inject it myself, but I don't want to inject it myself. I don't like that idea. I don't think I could stick myself with a needle. Yeah. Anyway, so you know, the transsexual people that are in the world, and I know a lot of you out there on YouTube are absolute my friends and subscribers. You're my friends, you know, and you're transsexuals, and you know my stance. You should all know my stance by now, so don't be shocked with these thoughts. You know, I think that we are all intersex, you know, and I would love if the label transsexual was dropped, because I don't think any of these people are changing their sex. They might be changing their genitalia, but, you know, then a lot of them might have had their genitalia changed already at birth. They might be wearing clothes that they've maybe never worn before. Personally, I wear any type of clothing that I like, you know, and I've many examples where I've bought clothes that are in the female section, but I'm in the intersection. So I noticed that Andre also has a website called Intersection. I came up with that myself as well. So great minds think alike. I'll love you and leave you, people, and leave you to your Sunday. Have a nice Sunday. It's not too bad out there. I wouldn't say it's sunny, but it's not dark or cloudy. Yeah, I know the light here all around me looks as if it's like Jamaica, but no. So ciao.